Good evening. My name is Andrea Rusk, and I proudly serve as the principal at Brainerd High School and South Campus. Welcome to our commencement ceremony for the Brainerd High School graduating class of 2020. Seniors, congratulations to each and every one of you. The night has finally come, and this is the end of an important chapter of your life. Certainly, congratulating you and hosting our virtual ceremony is not what we had hoped. However, you deserve this recognition, and it is our hope for the future that we will come together again for an in-person celebration of your graduation. In preparing for tonight, I did not want our focus to be on the current pandemic, because when I think of your class, I don't think of COVID-19. I recall all the wonderful memories you have created here at BHS that were made the previous 3 years and 7 months prior to our last day together on March 13th. As freshmen, we watched you come into the high school. A bit timid, I might share, but you quickly immersed yourself in our school culture and in our school community. From cheering at sporting events, and even some great tumbling stunts by our super fans, traveling on music tours to New Orleans and Puerto Rico, and attending the many dances we hosted at BHS, you were really good at doing high school. Your class likes to have fun, and as we watched through the years, you like to have fun with each other. Even outside of what has transpired during this pandemic, it hasn't always been easy for you, the class of 2020. Members of this class were born shortly after 9/11, another historic time in our country which altered how we viewed our world and our own national security. Challenging economic times over the course of your school years caused us to do more with less. Some of you have lost family members or experienced your own mental and physical challenges, and have moved here without choice to finish high school. In life, there are many things we cannot control, yet we can control how we respond. Despite the loss of many special senior events, you have chosen to respond with support and care for each other. You have shown grit by not quitting and not allowing a pandemic to define you. You have shown grace by recognizing the needs of others may be greater than the needs of yourself at this time. I extend my gratitude to each of you for the grit and the grace you have shown as seniors from the Brainerd High School Class of 2020. Congratulations to you all. Sadly, we have 3 members of the Brainerd High School Class of 2020 who are not with us to receive their diplomas. I'd ask that we take a moment to remember and honor Jessica Lindsay, Jacob Hopajoki, and Seth Chardon. The families of Jessica, Jake, and Seth and their friends continue to be in our thoughts and our prayers. It is our tradition to sing the national anthem at our commencement. Before we listen to our band play and we sing along, I'd like to take a moment to honor our seniors who have signed up for the military service. These seniors who will go out and serve our country would not and could not serve if they did not have veterans who have served our country before them. In a time where our country so needs support, please remember how important our military veterans are to our freedoms and our protections. Thank you, veterans, and best wishes to our seniors who are going off and serving our country. At this time, I'd like to introduce our 2019-2020 Wind Symphony under the direction of Mr. Fogdrud. We invite you to sing at home with our band our national anthem. please welcome our first senior speaker this evening, Sara Nisha.
It all started with the senior parking lot. We knew about the renovation. We knew that we would experience some inconveniences this school year because of the construction project, but we were okay with that because the school was getting some much needed renovations and upgrades. The first thing that we really noticed, though, was the senior parking lot. Every morning for 2 years, we walked up the stairs from the lower lot, waiting patiently and sometimes not so patiently for our chance to park in the senior lot. The senior lot wasn't just a parking lot with no stairs to climb. It was a symbol that we had made it to our senior year. We had climbed the stairs, but we were finally there, and we were supposed to enjoy it. We did our time down by the football field, but now it was our turn to be in the senior lot. But instead, we were walking up those stairs for another year. Construction continued, and with it came more inconveniences. The connecting section between the gym area and the B wing disappeared, turning our O into a U and making for some long walks in between classes. And the noise. Bulldozers, jackhammers, and whatever other construction equipment they were using was just so loud. And if that wasn't enough for you, we had the fire. Throughout construction, walls were broken down, trees uprooted, and the nice big senior lockers that we waited to have for years were hauled out. But what was left behind? Everything that I have described up to this point sounds more like a demolition than a renovation. But one thing that remained largely unchanged was the foundation. The foundation that the school was built upon is still there. Right now, we are not where any of us thought we would be, as I'm sure you have heard many times before. I know that in this time, it is so easy to focus on everything that we've lost or missed out on. Spring sports, last games or meets, final concerts, the fine arts banquet, and the all sports banquet. Prom, grad blast, and commencement. Rites of passage that we don't get to experience to the full extent in which they are intended and deserved. We missed out on opportunities to make memories and accomplish things that we've worked for years. Last games to revel in the last minutes with your teammates and best friends. Stretching out your last moments of your last song on stage. The proud steps that we were supposed to take across a stage to receive our diploma as our last accomplishment at this school. Our last chances to say goodbye to the place and people that made us into who we are right now. These chances and opportunities were torn away from us just as the senior parking lot was ripped up and the senior lockers held out. But keep in mind, this is a renovation, not a demolition. The senior parking lot had to go so that a beautiful new performing arts center could take its place. Right now, in this global pandemic, we've missed out on a lot of opportunities, but it has also given us an even bigger and better opportunity. Our generation and this class of 2020 has the opportunity to renovate our society and change the world in a way that no generation has before. Things have fallen apart, so how are we going to put them back together? COVID-19, unfortunately, has been a demolishing power, but it hasn't touched our foundation that this school has given us. Thanks to our teachers, administrators, coaches, and parents, we have the skills and characteristics to rebuild and renovate. We have the opportunity and we have the skills required. All that's left is to make the choice. I can't look into a crystal ball and see the future, so I have no idea what we'll end up choosing. But what I do know is that we all have something to contribute to what I hope we choose. Together, we have the leaders, the doers, the thinkers, and the creators to make the society into whatever we want it to be. This is our chance to build a better future. Look at us. We're graduating in the middle of a global pandemic. If this has proven anything, it's that this class of 2020 is adaptable, perseverant, optimistic, and determined, and nothing can stop us. So look out. This is the class of 2020 that is about to burst into the world.
Thank you, Sara. At this time, we will hear a song performed by our Brainerd High School a cappella choir under the direction of Mr. Brian Stubbs. The song title is Unclouded Day. Thank you, choir, for sharing an excellent performance. It is my pleasure to now introduce our second senior speaker, Jonah Kovac.
On this day, we looked forward to having our graduation ceremony on the football field, surrounded by our classmates, friends, and family. We didn't imagine it to happen this way, sitting at home, on our couches, at our tables, or maybe even in our beds. But sadly, we cannot gather together to celebrate our achievements in person. We can't ignore the elephant in the room. We were robbed of the end of our senior year. We were sent home in March and later told that we were online for the rest of the year, which meant we couldn't walk out of the high school on May 15th with our friends and classmates celebrating what we had just accomplished. This was a tragedy and left us with many unanswered questions. Our hearts were ripped out of our chests like an Indiana Jones, still beating in the palms of COVID-19. This left us asking the questions, why did this happen to us? What now? Where do we go from here? Even though our circumstances have changed, the location and the style of delivery, it doesn't change what graduation means. Graduation for us is that goal we have been striving for, that escape from high school, the rite of passage to the next part of our life, and a celebration of what we accomplished. It is one last time to be together, even if together looks different now. It means that we got to ask the questions we want to, even if they go unanswered. An unanswered question we are asking is, why us? Why us? Why our senior year? Why did COVID-19 happen? To be honest, this question is unanswerable. Although we don't know the answer, we can learn a lot about ourselves because of it. Adversity will come from everywhere and nowhere at the exact same time. As a class, we have faced adversity collectively and individually. We've seen sickness because our classmates, our teachers, and our friends battle it. We know death because we have lost our own. We know distraction due to the hardship of construction on our learning. Adversity helps to make us who we are, but what really defines us is how we react when we face adversity. We are defined by how we react. Will we let it knock us down and not get up, or will we get up, dust ourselves off, and say, hit me again? Be someone who always gets up and fights for what they believe in, even if it's hard. Just fight. We are defined by how we react when our worlds are shaken. We wonder why this tragedy of COVID-19 has happened to us, but it is allowing us to find out who we are and help to define who we want to be. We don't know the answer to the question, why us? But we can use a tragedy to find out the answer to who we are and who we want to be. Another unanswered question we have is, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Wherever the heck you want. We can't predict the future, but one thing is for sure. We can write our own future. Your future is an empty book waiting for you to write your amazing story in it. Write a story worth living twice over. A life where you wouldn't change anything from this day forward. I have grown as a person next to you over the past 4 years, and I can say with absolute certainty and belief that you all have amazing stories to write. Just look at what you've overcome in the past 4 years. Live a life with absolutely no fear of failure. Failure is inevitable, and when it happens, learn from those failures. There are days when you have hit rock bottom and days where you have touched the stars. Your future is in your hands. Now have the courage to write your own story. The last question is, what now? What now? Some Good News on their online graduation posed this question to John Stewart, and his answer has been ingrained in my mind ever since. He responded with, stop completing things and start living them. In high school and maybe even earlier, we went from assignments to assignments and tried to get them done as quickly as possible. We just wanted to complete them, and I think most teachers can agree we never put 100% into our work all the time. We went from one assignment to another, mindlessly completing them, so we could have time for our friends, Netflix, or maybe even Fortnite. But now we are done with high school and off to do a multitude of amazing things in this world. Do not go from one task to another, completing them just to say you did, but instead start living through and above and beyond those tasks. It is time for us to start living intentionally every single day. Live in the moment. You will be surprised at what you experience. No matter where you're headed after graduation, you have a bright future ahead of you. We are in a new phase of our lives, and it is time to stop completing things and to start living them. High school has had a different impact on all of us, and we would not be here if it wasn't for teachers, students, and staff. This is a chance for you to give all those teachers, students, and staff a massive thank you and a virtual hug. Reach out to them and let them know how they have impacted you. They would love to hear it. I know some of you don't want to admit it, but you miss being at school. Maybe not the sitting in class, the taking of tests, or doing the homework, but you missed walking out of the high school on that last day, celebrating what you had just taken 13 years to accomplish. If you take nothing from this address, please at least remember this. You are who you want to be. No one can decide that for you. Your future is in your hands. Now write your story. And to start living, not just completing the tasks that are given to you. I'm going to challenge you. I challenge you to make one person smile, a true, genuine smile, not one of those fake ones we plaster on every single day. If all of us do that, 467 more smiles will be introduced into this world and bring joy to people. If all else fails, be kind to everyone you meet. You do not know the life they have walked. I am a proud member of the 2020 class of Brainerd High School. Once a warrior, always a warrior. Congratulations, you did it.
Our senior class leaders selected a faculty member to give a commencement address to the class. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce Mr. Keith Peterson, a social studies teacher at Brainerd High School.
Thank you, Superintendent Larson, Chairman Hagelin, and dedicated members of the school board, Principal Rusk, and distinguished and happy and celebrating guests, especially our guests of honor, the Brainerd High School Class of 2020. Greetings, soon-to-be graduates. So now we, you and I, share one more thing in common. We've finished our last day of school in Brainerd. What do you think about that? A great many of you have said or written very complimentary and humbling things to me this year. Thank you for that. And please know that it is a great honor and privilege to be asked to speak at your commencement. Now, you may be expecting a brief history lesson, so let me start with that. Don't worry, we're not going too deep or too far back. Does anybody remember the significance of November 12th, 2018? November 12th, 2018. On that day, Principal Rusk decided that it was okay for you to wear hats in school. And man, did you capitalize on that. You wore a lot of hats over the next year and a half. Well, that got me thinking historically too, and despite the fact that you should never base a speech on a cliche, well, bear with me while I come down from 10,000 feet and extend the metaphor a bit. Suffice it to say, I've worn plenty of hats over the last 32 years. I'm husband to Jane, the winningest coach in the history of NJCAA volleyball. As a dad, I'm proud of our two sons, Kevin and Blake, who are also both Brainerd High School graduates. I've been an assistant to the best high school baseball coach in Minnesota history. I have coached 9th grade, 10th grade, JV basketball, 8th grade volleyball, and 20-some summer baseball teams. I've been a site-based management committee rep, a professional learning community member, and a fully vested, although light-eating member of the 5B Lunch Bunch. And I even managed to teach several social studies classes along the way. Well, while I thought about this, I also thought about how many hats I've worn in my vocation. I also did quite a bit of thinking about the hats you might wear in your very bright future. Turns out it was quite a bit of thinking. This is the hat of accomplished students. Tonight, you wear it with warrior pride. Some of you have earned an extra tassel or two. Some of you have decorated or personalized yours. Outstanding. Congratulations to you all. But this mortarboard, deep down, means you believe that learning is very important. In fact, learning may be the most important activity you ever engage in, and you should commit to it for the rest of your life. Given the situation we've all been in over the last 3 months, clearly we are all lifelong learners. This hat signifies both hard work and protection, and I will make no convenient analogies to the heavy construction project underway on campus. In your future, as in your past, I would ask that you continue to work hard. Choose something you want to do and go for it. Raise your hand if you've ever heard that before. If I stood for anything in my classes over the years, it was the message that good things come to those who work. It's pretty hard to get an A on a test without taking any notes or reading the chapter. Now, I'm not advising those of you who are just planning to continue your education this fall. For whatever you choose to do, more schooling, work, military service, or do nothing. Whatever it is, give it your all. For me, in my retirement, I'm going to try to be the best at doing nothing there's ever been. For you, do as I say, not as I do. This hat also symbolizes protection you have from the hazards of putting your whole self into something and still it goes wrong or doesn't work out. Do not be afraid of that. If you're always successful at everything, how do you know you've done all you can? If you get beyond your comfort zone and things go awry, you'll be equipped to survive and grow from that. In the past couple of years, I've tried to emphasize this in my classroom by calling it the growth mindset. I remember saying repeatedly, we all want to be better in May than we are today. Well, it's May. How have you done? Okay, you look good tonight, and you have accomplished quite a bit. But what's next? You don't need a plan right now, but you will need one eventually. Please do not shy away from a challenge just because you think you might not succeed. If you want it, go out it, get after it. Assuming it's legal, of course. School and work are great and all, but when do we get to have some fun, right? I wear a hat like this when I'm having fun outside, both because of the sun and because my doctor says so. In the early years of my career in both teaching and coaching, I thought work and fun were mutually exclusive. How wrong I was. I hope you love and enjoy whatever you choose to do. Make friends with people who also enjoy doing that. If that's not enough, have fun with and enjoy your family. Take a look around. They are proud of you and they already love you. When I think of the most fun experiences I've ever had, they almost all involve school, team events, and people who love me. In my more athletic days, I've been a Panther, a Comet, an Ole, a Lakeman, a County Cedar, an A, a B, and even a Silver Rebel. But mostly, I've become a Brainerd Warrior. This is the cap of which I'm most proud. This is a cap worn by people with grit and perseverance. This is a cap worn by people with passion and humility. This is a cap worn by both leaders and helpers. If you're a warrior, you understand what I mean. If you can lead, lead by serving others. If you're not sure you can lead, serve others, and by your service, you will have led powerfully. Finally, I say to all of you tonight, keep learning, keep working hard, take a risk now and then, have some fun, and try to lead by serving others. There's a ton of stuff that needs doing. So let's go, Warriors, and don't forget your hats.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. And on behalf of Brainerd High School, we wish you well as you move into a new chapter of your life, retirement. Our final senior speaker is Molly Wells.
On March 16th, my friend Amy sent me a video of people in Italy sending a message to themselves 10 days in the past. If you did not know, and I hope all of you did, Italy was one of the hardest hit areas of COVID-19. The purpose behind the Italians' messages was not one of hope, but one of severe warning. They warned it would get worse. They told people to cherish those they love, to wake up and realize that this is not a joke. Wake up. It gets worse. So during this bizarre time, I decided to write myself a message. If you do the math, I actually started writing this on March 19th. Therefore, I technically would have been writing this message to Molly Wells on March 9th, a time before catastrophe unexpectedly introduced itself and chaos followed. Here it goes. Dear 10 days ago Molly, you're experiencing your last real Monday of senior year right now. Did you know that? Because I bet you didn't. Coronavirus is present, but it's just talk. There's a lot of jokes, but not a lot of seriousness. And as you head into Friday, teachers and friends will be talking about if and when school is closing, but you won't really believe them. You will leave those doors on Friday, March 13th, and that will be that. You will have had your last day at Brainerd High School, and no one in your class of 2020, let alone probably the entire world, will have even known it. Molly, clear off that desk in your room because it's about to become your entire school. Now, not everyone will feel the same way you do, but oh my goodness, how your heart will long to return to Brainerd High School. There will be no more lunch conversations with your friends in the cafeteria. No more random yet ever so profound discussions in your English classes. A lecture on history or government? Not another. No more cultural and ethical discussions in Spanish class, at least face-to-face. And yes, admit it, Molly, a small part of you is even going to miss sitting in math class, but only a small part. Most of all, your heart will be broken over not being able to hang out with your friends between classes or during an open hour. Those small conversations with friends make a huge difference in your everyday life, and you don't fully recognize that until they're taken away from you. My dear soul, all the events that are about to happen, or rather the lack of events, will teach you that you are not in control. You can wish for a different story for your life, one where prom is not canceled, one where spring sports exist, one where you can attend church, one where you can shake Officer Schreifel's hand without hesitation, one where you can head to Perkins after a concert or a game for half-price pie because you are legally able to do that, one where school is open and you take it for granted. But Molly, that's not your story. That's not our story, graduating class of 2020. We are not in control. Despite all the memes, I think it's appropriate to say that we do not have 2020 vision because there were a lot of plot twists during our 13 years of school, especially this year, that we did not see coming. My friends, we've experienced the plot twists of life together, But perhaps more importantly, for our class at least, we've experienced loss together. A loss of comfort, of routine, an end to what we wanted and how we envisioned things turning out, an end to our athletics and our concerts and our spring musicals. We simply experienced the end of senior year way too soon. More deeply, we've experienced together the loss of friends. There are people who should be going through all the craziness of coronavirus with us, but who sadly are not. In a tragic triumph, we are well versed with loss, but we are also well versed in overcoming it. Like always, we are warriors. I am a warrior. You are a warrior. And as warriors, we rise. Whether the chapter of our life is joyful and radiant with our smiles, or whether the chapter of our life is cloudy and full of tears. Just as the sun rises and gives us all light, so too do we as warriors rise and illuminate whatever chapter of life we are living. No matter what happens, my friends, we rise. That is part of our story. So although we may not be in control of what life throws at us, we do control how we respond. And if there's one thing quarantine has taught me, it's how vital human connection truly is. So in responding to what life throws at you, I ask of you this, class of 2020, be thankful for every person, for all those you love every day, because you never know when they will be taken from your side. You never know when you're not going to be able to turn to them and tell them you love them. Find the good, the light, in every chapter of your life story every single day, because we like to think that we are some grand authors behind it all, but we are not. We never know when those plot twists will be thrown at us. However, I am the author of this speech, so while I'm here, I want to tell all of you that I'm thankful for you and I love you. Terrible things happen, and they will happen, but we have so far survived 100% of our very worst days, and we come together in one way or another at the end of it all. We are all warriors, we will all rise, and in order to do so, we all need each other. So, 10 days ago, Molly, wake up. Things are about to get worse, a whole lot worse, but that's just part of the story. They do get better, I promise. Signed, yours truly, Molly Wells.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Superintendent Lane Larson.
Good evening. It is both an honor and a privilege to speak before you this evening, to celebrate the class of 2020 at the virtual graduation ceremony from Brainerd High School. I'm especially excited to be with you this evening to recognize the outstanding graduates who are so resilient, honorable, adaptable, and exceptional. You are the class of 2020. I'm extraordinarily impressed by each and every one of you and what you've accomplished this year, as you've succeeded in amongst the most difficult and adverse times. People often say the toughest and the most challenging times in our lives are the times when we learn life's greatest lessons, not only about ourselves, but about those around us. As I reflect on my past, I believe this to be true. Times of adversity give us the opportunity to sit back, to reflect, and to think about the great values that we have in our lives and the people who mean the most to us. As the depth of true character often shines and develops through these adverse experiences. Dieter Uchtdorf states, "It is your reaction to adversity, not the adversity itself, that determines how your life story will develop." Adversity is actually inevitable, and we all understand that. But my message to you tonight, seniors, is this. Please, please do not let the difficulties and the misfortunes of the spring of your senior year keep you from achieving your goals, from finding inner happiness, and from achieving your life's purpose. Every challenge that you will take on in the future and that you strive to achieve will strengthen your will, your confidence, and it will help you to overcome any obstacle that comes before you. Ben Franklin once said, "Out of adversity comes opportunity." Seniors, here's your chance. Opportunity is before you. Take this time and shine. As superintendent of schools, I am so proud of each of you. But most of all, I am so proud of how you have handled and overcome the obstacles that have come before you during the spring of your senior year. Therefore, it is with the greatest of pride, and on behalf of the Board of Education, Chairperson Thomas Hagelin, Vice Chair Robert Nystrom, Clerk Ruth Nelson, Treasurer Charles Blacklance, and Directors Sue Kern and Reed Campbell, that I, Lane Larson, Superintendent of Brainerd Public Schools, do hereby formally submit for certification all of the members of the class of 2020 for graduation from Brainerd High School.
All right, good evening, parents and family, teachers and staff of District 181, community members, and of course, our class of 2020. This graduation ceremony will certainly be written in the history books for decades to come. My name is Tom Hagelin, your current school board chair, and this being my fourth time in addressing our graduates, I must say this is the most unique and special time of all. Perseverance, meaning steadfastness in doing something despite difficulty, is a word for me that describes our class of 2020. As seniors, you all started your year with a massive building project taking place and disrupted the flow of your classes, including the elimination of the senior parking lot privilege, which many of you looked to for years. Then it was decided to not have the traditional spring break, as additional building days were needed, and so school would be let out early in May. Then, of course, as we know, COVID comes. So with no spring break, 2 weeks of no classes in mid-March was decided by our governor. For some of you, this was probably exciting and look forward to the break. Then, of course, another first. The first that the class of 2020 would finish their high school years out by learning from home via digital learning. Yet with all these curveballs and firsts in our district, you persevered to reach your goals, and through tenacity and true grit, you achieved the end goal of your public education and became the first class ever to be challenged with all these obstacles and are graduating today. These memories will be with you, with us, and with our world for years and years to come. You will have stories and memories to share that no other graduating class will, and you know that perseverance was required to achieve your success. My wife and I are blessed parents of our daughter Alyssa, a BHS class of 2020, and are incredibly proud of her perseverance and successes, as I'm sure all of you are with your graduating seniors as well. Class of 2020, take these lifelong lessons and use them in the future. When you are challenged at your next chapter in life, be it continuing your education, starting your working careers, or joining the military, remember that tenacity and perseverance is required when you are faced with challenges. You have what it takes to conquer anything. Stretch yourself and do not settle for less than what you can achieve. On behalf of the entire school board, congratulations, class of 2020. Job well done.
After meeting the requirements for credits and standards under the state of Minnesota and local guidelines, and on behalf of the Board of Education, I certify the following members of the class of 2020 eligible for a diploma from Brainerd High School. Congratulations, graduates.
Good evening. My name is Alan Balsley. I am a school counselor at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Ian Gabriel Odlin, Jacob Gerald Honest, Lissa Jean Adams, Jewel Maureen Aho, Sarah Jo Alcock, Kelly Ann Allison, Abigail Rose Anderson, Drew James Anderson, Jack Thomas Anderson, Magdalene Martha Rose Anderson, Weston Andrews, Cheyenne Cindy Anthony, Mason John Arger, Hunter A. Armstrong, Abigail Ladane Ashmore, Georgie Anna Oss, Samantha Jade Bade, Kyle Michael Barr, Grace Elizabeth Balsley.
Good evening. My name is Justin Barnhart. I am an IT technician at the Washington Building, and I am honored to announce the following graduates. Noah Paul Barnhart, Charles James Beasley, Andrew Jeremy Becker, Michaela Joe Bender, Kayla Athena Berg, Jonathan Connor Berry, Brett Bessenfelder, Selena Adeline Betker Martinez, Megan Jean Bissek, Lindsay Kate Booth, Jada Lynn Borders, Mitchell Lee Borders, Christopher Gerard Boucher, and Carter Brow.
Good evening. My name is Wendy Vandeputty, and I'm a member of the Brainerd High School Language Arts Department. I am pleased to announce the following graduates: Bryce Hunter Brosey, Keegan Michael Brusvin, Quinn Grace Budnick, Natasha Marie Bumpus, Derek Howard Bursch, Billy Irene Carlson, Brianna Marie Carlson, Kennedy G. Carlson, Danielle Tori Carner, Erica Jo Kahi, Claire Ellis Sanoa, Emily Chen, Dawson Ronald Cherney, Nino Chichakua.
Good evening. My name is Helene Danielson. I'm a 7th grade language arts teacher at Forest View Middle School, and I'm honored to announce the following graduates: Julia Rose Chalk, Cassidy Ray Christensen, Lane Angel Christian, Shyla Lynn Christensen, Madeline Sky Clemmer, Macy Marie Clow, Caleb Matthew Klein, Delaney Marie Collins, Matthew Mark Collins, Tabitha Nicole Kramer, Blake Wesley Cummings, Hayden L. Cunningham, John Wesley Cyrus, Atlee Eddie Danielson, Colin Haskell Danks, Cade Michael Doratus.
Good evening. My name is Heather Davis. I am a school psychologist at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Maxwell Christopher Darkow, Abigail Inez Davis, Jonah Michael Davis, Owen Charles Davis, Eric Michael D. Smith, Ryan John Duth, Olivia Claire Dilly.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Dreets. I am a teacher at Forest View Middle School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Devin Raymond Dillon, Deborah Nicole Dorn, Tanner Patrick Dosh, Jacob Stephen Dreetz, Emily Rose Dukowitz, Cody Robert Dwyer, Faustina Duval, Alexis Day Eastman.
Good evening. My name is Kirsten Olson, and I am a special education teacher at Baxter School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates. Brittany Helena Eck, Benjamin Eckert, Avery Maya Eckman, Blaze William Ettinger, Christian John Eidenchink, Michael Stephen Elliott, Jacob Warren Elstrom, Ariana Lynn Ellsbury, Devin Michael Amslander, Mariah Marie Erickson, Morgan Marjorie Erickson, Robert Neil Erickson, Cody Joe Evans, Cole Elliott Evanson.
Good evening. My name is Amy Jambor. I am the district nurse at Brainerd High School, and I'm honored to announce the following graduates. Kathleen K. Everidge, Agnes Fefe, Maxwell Scott Ferry, Noriah Nicole Fett, Catherine Elizabeth Fetters, Simon Vander Philitrout, Emma Elizabeth Finken, Tori Robert Cameron Fleming, Ethan Flory, William Francis Fortune, Isaac Kent Foster, Anna Celise Fox, Bailey McAnn Frame.
Good evening. My name is Judy Worm, and I am a teacher at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates. Nathan Anthony French, Dustin David Frick, Sean Gallagher, George Ernest Gebhardt, Cameron Valdemar Glassman, Jeremy Igor Good, Marissa Lynn Gower Ham, Miles Thomas Gwynn, Summer Ann Gutzweiler, Blade Cooper Harrop, Boston Dean Hackbart, Jenna Lily Hageman, Nicholas Ryan Hageman, Alyssa Ann Haglin, Alexis Ann Hall.
Good evening. My name is Jolene Parks, and I'm a special education teacher at Brainerd High School, and I'm honored to announce the following graduates. Alex Ree Hall, Madison Ann Hanna, Bailey Michelle Hanch, Giancarlo Aquilar Hansen, Jacob Thomas Hansen, Kyle Anthony Hosh, Isabel Page Helt, Mackenzie Joy Helt, Lindsay Dawn Heischman, Malia Kathleen Hermerding, Isaac Joseph Herlick, Haley Hess, Taylor Joseph Hirung, Emma K. Hebert.
Good evening. My name is Lori Hodge. I am a second grade teacher at Riverside School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates. Noah Philip High, Murphy Lynn Hill, Jude Everett Hiltner, Amelia Ann Heinrichs, Alec Brady Hins, Keenan Dwayne Hodge, Anders Josiah Hoffman, Tayden Michael Holden, Madison Elaine Holm, Brett Nathan Holtz, Ryan Richard Holtz, Gavin Joseph Hummel, Lily Catherine Grace Hurlbert, Taylor Elizabeth Huskins.
Good evening. My name is Kristen Ingram. I am a chemistry teacher at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Matthew Lee Imbrie, Jack Thomas Ingram.
Good evening. My name is Laco Inwards. I am the District Health Services Secretary, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Gavin Daniel Inwards, Jeremiah T. Jackson, Samuel Ray Jackson, Aaron Paul Jaynard, Ariana Irene Jensen, Gabrielle Christine Jensen, Noelle Diane Jensen, Asher Craig Jeremiahson, Daniel Robert Johnson, Hannah Judith Johnson, Selena Johnson, Sydney Grace Johnson.
My name is Amy Jordan. I am the principal at Lincoln Education Center, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Tegan Marie Johnson, Allison Christine Jones, Jalissa Dreana Jones, Maya Elizabeth Jordan, Tyler Thomas Jordan, L. Marie Juranick, Christian Kadolf, Madison Brooke Kallenberg, Maxwell Stephen Kappas, Rebecca Karpinski, Tennyson Joseph Kelm, Elijah Arthur Keppers, Talia Rose Killian, Olivia Bernice Killerin, Jessica Desiree King.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Harmer. I am a science teacher at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Vincent Richard Kirchner, Andrew Christopher Krzeter, Abigail Ann Klecker, Kaylee Jean Klein, Callie Olea Knapp, Griffin Henry Knettel, Casey Anna-Marie Knight, Carly Madison Knopf, Helen Elizabeth Knudsen, Jordan Riley Coring, Emma Marie Korhonen, Midas Kostek, Ashley Lynn Kowalski, Caleb Jackson Kramer, Eileen Sue Kramer, Josie Elizabeth Kramer, Isabel Lynn Kretzman, Lee Kruger, Jacob Rick Kruger, Kiana Christian Carilla, Michael Benjamin Lauber, Joe G. Leducer, Samuel Turk Landon, Allison Lauren Langhoff, Holly Marie Larson, Jasmine Lee Larson, Lexi Lauren Larson, Hunter Joseph Laut, and Sarah Ann Leaf.
Good evening. My name is Erin Litzinger. I am a science teacher at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Madison Ray Lease, Jenna K. Lee, Cruz James Lemmerhurt, Amy Lynn, Marcus Allen Lindholm, Christian Litra, Trinity Page Litzinger, Maria Lopez Fernandez, Connor Thomas Lund, Jason Richard Lyons Jr., Jonah John Masikovic, Cody Matthias Mackhow, Tanner Edward Makareth, Sydney May McLeish.
Good evening. My name is Reed Campbell. I am a school board member for School District 181 and a 1975 graduate of Brainerd High School, and I'm honored to announce the following graduates. Calvin Dean Madison, Dade Thomas Mackerel, Amber Jean Mackey, Eric Koji Makita, Shayla Babbitt Mikowski Boudreau, Evan James Malamanik, Julia Mantovani, Gerardo Rivas Marquez, Anthony Marsh, Julia Marie Marthaler, Brianna Rose Martin, Sage Maria Martinson, Maxwell Joseph Matheson, Dade William Matson, Rebecca Lynn Maurer.
Good evening. My name is Kelly McConkey. I'm a teacher at Brainerd High School, and I'm honored to announce the following graduates. Peyton Rose McConkey, Emmeline Isabella McConville, Megan Ashley McConville, Patrick Krieger McDonald, Verity Ann McFadden, Winter Eve McKee, Joshua David McLean, Mark Joseph McQuiston, Andrew James Meacham, Andrew Joseph Mendez, Dane Michael Meyer, Luke David Meyer, Noah Christopher Meyer, Saban William Meyer Berg.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Lang. I'm a social studies teacher at Brainerd High School. I am honored to announce the following 2020 graduates. Douglas Roger Victor Mickelson, Autumn Rain Miles, Gracie Marie Miles, Brendan James Miller, Dylan James Miller, Hunter Miller, Jake Richard Miller, Ryan Miller, Sydney Marie Miller, Summer Allie Mills, Keith D. Modulin, Nicholas Alexander Moline, Riley John Monosmith, Gabriel Sean Moore.
Good evening. My name is Emily Neistat. I am a FACS teacher at Brainerd High School, and I'm honored to announce the following graduates. Patrick Morgan, Jonathan Thomas Muehlbauer, Chloe Munch, Caleb David Nagel, Colin John Namanuk, Victoria Celine Narlock, Kirsten Sky Neistat.
My name is Magnus Nelson. I am a teacher at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates. Hunter Chase Nelson, Isabel Kathleen Nelson, Simon Gabriel Nelson, Sarah Elizabeth Nesham, Austin James Newgord, Austin James Nyans, Tanner N. Nicky.
Good evening. My name is Kristen Ingram. I am a chemistry teacher at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates. Jenna Lynn Neiman, Maverick Joseph Norman, Brant Rudolph Norwood, Deja Jasper Nyland, Brooklyn Rose O'Neill, Amanda Rose Olson, Nicholas James Opey, Kaylee Lynn Oscarson, Caitlin May Ostendorf, Olivia Marianne Ostrowski, Elsa Renee Overland, Ian Patrick Pashelke, Caleb Michael Patrick, Dylan Jerome Paulson.
Good evening. My name is Josh Fordyce. I'm a Dean of Students at Brainerd High School North Campus, and I'm honored to announce the following graduates. Janaea Dolan Paulson, Sean Michael Paulus, Hannah Marie Pacey, Galen Pagel III, Elijah Jaden Peterson, Brock Thomas Peterson, Gemma Rose Peterson, Gregory Joseph Peterson, Trey Mackenzie Pike, Sebastian Tristan Pohl, Nicholas Allen Porish, Dana Pauline Porter, Connor Dylan Powers, Caitlin Sonia Pratt.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Rhoda, and I am a paraprofessional at Brainerd High School, and I'm honored to announce the following graduates. Lee Joa Primesberger, Maya Yua Primesberger, Morgan Noel Price, Lindsay Ray Proctor, Isabel Krasinski, Clayton Michael Pyle, Nathaniel Quast, Taylor Raduns, Marin Cecilia Rato, Madeline Paige Renweiler, Carly Diane Ray, Logan Roman Reck, Nicholas Anthony Renner, and my daughter, Emily Veronica Rhoda.
Good evening. My name is Lana Rozinka. I'm an educational assistant at Forest View Middle School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates. Clayton Keith Richters, Madeline Ruth Riedel, Gracie K. Rivard, Eli Sean William Roberts, Faith Islay Robinson, Sophie Elizabeth Robinson, Madison Rodman, Rutger Raymond Renner, Savannah Alexis Roth, Avery Diane Rozinka, Jacqueline Ann Rude, Lexis Marie Ruggles, Zachary Michael Ruggles, Amber Willow Russell.
Good evening. My name is Lori Anderson. I am an English teacher at Brainerd Senior High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates. Brandon Anthony Rybeck, Elizabeth Ann Ryder, Luke Everett Seiko, Mateus Gas Salamo, Adelaide Marie Samford, Ethan Jace Sanis, Carola Sanz Perez, Travis Sawyer, Delaney Rose Schaefer, Blake Shabansky, Hannah Virginia Schmaltz, Owen Everett Schmidt, Miriam Matilda Schmitz.
Good evening. My name is Emily Neistat. I am a fax teacher at Brainerd High School, and I'm honored to announce the following graduates. Ashlyn Marie Schneider, Nicholas Donald Schneider, Timothy Michael Schoenecker, Trevor Earl Schultz, Carly Ann Schuler, Allie Elizabeth Schultz, Michaela Suzanne Schultz, Teresa Mamie Schultz, Alex Scott, Elizabeth Brianna Salisker, Anthony Scott Severson, Emily Rose Charlize Bethia Severson, Logan Robert Severson, Presley Scott Severson.
Good evening. My name is Jessica Gangle, and I am the Executive Director at the Brainerd Public Schools Foundation. I am honored to announce the following graduates. Caitlin Grace Shaw, Mackenzie Shaw, Victoria Rose Simonstead, Alexa Elaine Simmons, Emily Ann Smith, Emma Mae Smith, Gabrielle Jean Smith, Tila Telly Smith, William Frederick Smith, Aya Jove Smith Seelan, Harley Anne Marie Speaker, Noah Charles Spitzley, Isaiah Stephen Spofford.
Good evening. My name is Shelley Streed. I'm a school counselor at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Kaylee Joe Stengel, Benjamin Christian Staling, Gavin John Stallard, Isaiah Lamont Stangy, Isaac James Stangy, Garrett Chase Stevens, Mackenzie Roseanne Stockinger, Becca Lynn Strungsteline, Anna Jane Streed, Brady McGuire Strife, Shaylee Marie Strote, Tiernan Max Strote, Zachary Tyler Struffert, Davon Charles Stuckey.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Tollefson. I am a teacher at Riverside Elementary School. I am honored to announce the following graduates: Chloe K. Sullivan, Caleb Sunquist, Kaylee Lynn Sutton, Olivia Ann Swanson, Kaylee Jean Sweet, Jacqueline Rose Silty, Dylan Robert Tackett, Hannah Michelle Taji, Kaylai Travers, Allison Nicole Teckemeyer, Logan Charles Feedy, Alejandro Thompson, Ava Rose Thompson, Savan Noriega Thompson Fly, Zachary Robert Thompson, Jack Torkelson,
Hannah Lee Tibbetts,
Harley Ann Timmons, Megan Ruth Tollefson.
Good evening. My name is Dave Borish. I'm a teacher at the South Campus, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Natalie Kristen Topete, Jasmine Marie Townsend, Dong Thi Kim Tran, David Charles Traxler II, Haley Grace Turner Hubbard, Chloe Jean Twombly, Rhea Marie Unger, Caden Urbaniak, Seth Michael Votz.
Good evening. My name is Rick Jensen. I am a visual arts teacher at BHS and am honored to announce the following graduates: Joseph Thomas David Valtekas, Megan Ann Van Epps, Mason Walter Vikander, Santiago Angel Villanueva Montoya, Quinn Madison Vilwach, Ashlyn Grace Vroman, Theodore Robert Wadston, Cameron John Peterson Walkowiak, Jack Andrew Waynos, Marcel Jacob Wargaki, Gina Marie Wozniewski, Colby Joseph Watland, Alyssa Ray Watsky, Madison Elizabeth Weigel, Courtney Rose Weinrich.
Good evening. My name is Charles Blacklands. I am a Brainerd School Board member, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Molly Kathleen Wells, Kate Elizabeth Westerberg, Veda Jo Westhoff, Brittany Weston, Maxwell Christopher Wheeler, Nicholas Hans Whiteman, Connor Bryant Wickland, Gunnar John Wickland, Reese Lindley Wickland, Luke Daniel Wilhelm, Isabel Caroline Wills, Novalee Marie Wind.
Good evening. My name is Rebecca Deedy, and I am a special education teacher at Brainerd High School, and I am honored to announce the following graduates: Megan Ann Winter. Joseph Patrick Wiskow. Destiny Dawn Wood. Rose Martha Wood. Eden Rayanne Warden. Richard Dane Worley. Shayna Aaron Worley. Madison Ashley Yeager. Jameson Hunter Young. Justin Michael Youngquist. Grace Marie Zimmerman.
Graduates, can you please be ready to turn your tassel? Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Brainerd High School and Independent School District 181, I present to you the Brainerd High School graduating class of 2020. Congratulations.